Okay, let's talk about fun stuff. Bathrooms. Bathrooms in Ecuador are a lot harder to find than they are in the States. Most restaurants have them and you can use them for free. When you do find public bathrooms, and they're typically in all the places, all transport centers, near town centers. I'm close to the Plaza de los Ponchos here in Otavalo, and there's a public bathroom here. So the way bathrooms work here, and I cannot stress this enough, especially if you're a lady, carry paper with you and always look before you leap if you don't have paper on you, because when you come to a public bathroom, they typically charge you to use the bathroom. It's usually about 15 cents up to a quarter, and they give you the toilet paper to take with you. So some of the bathrooms will have like a community roll that you take your paper from before you go into a stall. A lot of the stalls won't have paper in them, so definitely, again, look before you leap. And it's always worthwhile to just buy a pack of wipes at any pharmacy and carry them around with you. Wipes are typically anywhere from 60 cents to $1 for like 30 to 50 wipes. And they will come in handy. You'll be glad you spent that $1. So we're gonna check this one out, and then we're gonna make our way to the Plaza de los Ponchos and see what's up. But first, also a quick stop in at the Otavalo Tourist Office. Okay, we're at the tourism office here in Otavalo. I highly recommend stopping in here for a visit. They'll give you a map of all of the local sites. Your hostel may also have that available for you. But I definitely recommend at least dropping in here to just get sort of the lay of the land. They do speak English here, so that's a possibility. Also, there's a cooperative of tour guides or guide operators, tour operators on the other side of the plaza, so we'll go by and check them out. But first, we're going to go ahead and go into the Plaza de los Ponchos. One thing to be mindful of is that the plaza isn't regulated, so unfortunately a lot of Chinese imports are being sold now as basically fake items, which is not good because, first of all, they're cheap and they're cheaply made, but they're also not really supporting the indigenous culture in the ways that the indigenous culture need to be supported right now during this time of hardship for the tourism and hospitality industries here in Ecuador. At any rate, I just spoke with Jessica inside the tour office, and she was extremely helpful and friendly and gave me the map and then some information about tour guides that are available here that are reliable and responsible. I mean, if you want to find a good tour guide, a good place to go is to the touristic office, because whoever it is they're recommending. I don't think here is like a lot of places in the United States where if you pay your Chamber of Commerce some money, they'll hype your business. Here they really care about the tourists having a good visit here and enjoying their time and having a fun, safe stay here in Ecuador. So I did also ask her why she thinks that Otavalo especially is a great place to be in Ecuador. Ecuador is a beautiful country. They have everything. They have the Amazon basin. They have the Andes Mountains, which is where we are now. They have the coast and of course the Galapagos. So why come to Otavalo? And what Jessica said is, and I absolutely agree, is that in between the culture that's available here, the Quechua culture, which is why a lot of the signs are in 3 languages, Spanish, English, and Quechua. But also, you know, there's the shopping, like the Plaza de los Ponchos here, and this is it across the street. It takes up an entire city block on Saturdays. It actually spills out into all the surrounding streets and on the sidewalks and everything, like a large market. But there's also, I mean, amazing beauty here. Like there's the 2 volcanoes that we're in the shadow of. There's mountain biking, there's hiking, there's whitewater sports, there's cultural tours. You can camp here, you can do virtually anything. And I mean, it's a gorgeous place with a, you know, fairly reasonable climate. It is still considered winter here, and so this is the coldest I've been since I got to Ecuador. And actually, I had to wait for it to warm up this morning enough to come out and buy alpaca. How ironic is that? At any rate, Otavalo is an amazing place in Ecuador. I highly recommend a visit here, whether you're in for the shopping or not. Come for the cultural tours. If you're concerned or nervous about calling any of the places in the guide, call a tour guide operator and they will set up an opportunity for you to go and visit in person the indigenous makers of all of the handmade goods you would find here that are now unfortunately being overtaken by Chinese knockoffs in the surrounding towns. Most of the artisans aren't actually creating what they make here in town. They're making them in the small towns and villages that surround Otavalo, all of which are super easy to get to. But if you don't speak Spanish and you're not comfortable with calling these places on the phone to find out exactly where they are, because frankly, the map is not particularly great at explaining exactly where these locations are, and they may or may not be available on Google Maps, and Google Maps isn't particularly reliable in this area, I've realized. Just call a tour guide operator and they'll set you up with an appointment with legit, genuine sellers of authentic handmade goods, instruments, virtually everything you can imagine, all made by hand for, basically nothing compared to what you would expect to pay for these things back in the States. It's a great way to get around and make sure you're supporting the right people here in Ecuador and in Otavalo. Okay, well, frankly, this is a little bit disappointing. I came here, the last time I was here was about 5 years ago, and there was definitely some Chinese crap being made and sold in this market. Not being made, just being imported and sold in this market. But right now, man, I'm seeing all kinds of crazy shit. Definitely not made by hand in Ecuador. Definitely made in China. So, you're gonna have to walk around and be a little bit discerning. What I've been doing is asking people where it's made, where their shop is, who's making it. Some of the items have tags, but a lot of them don't, because they're not exactly trying to brag about their stuff, like signing things like an artist would, which is unfortunate because they make absolutely beautiful things when they're making themselves. Not like that fucking dog paw blanket that's right behind me. So I guess today's foray is going to take a little bit longer than expected because basically I'm trying to avoid stuff like this in order to buy things that were actually made by hand by Ecuadorians here in the Otavalo area. Now the surrounding communities are where a lot of these things are made. As I said earlier, they're not really making any of these things in town here in Otavalo. Most of them are being made in co-ops and in talleres or small manufacturers in the small indigenous communities that surround Otavalo, and then they bring their things in here. But now they have to compete with people trying to sell Chinese crap that looks kind of like Ecuadorian stuff. So, be discerning. A couple of good pro tips are look for people that have maybe less of things like this, which is, you could find that shit anywhere. And right now I can't even find any good examples of stuff that is clearly made here. Here's some stuff. Here we go. This is probably more, stuff that's actually made here in the country. And there are some labels on it. So, for example, that seems legit to me. So just be careful when you're coming here and buying things. Well, that escalated quickly. So what happened was I was walking around the market and I was asking people where the things that they're selling are being made. And I met a really nice lady, a nice Quechua lady, who said that she made the scarf I was looking at, which is awesome. So that's one way to find out which things were actually made by the local people here that are in the market. However, if you keep talking or you get to talking and get to know them, then you might have this experience that I'm having right now, which is I am in the back of an automobile on my way to the actual tienda or taller. I can't think of the English word for this right now. This is terrible. I'm thinking in Spanish now and I can't speak Spanish or English very well, either one. At any rate, this lovely family is taking me to their fabrication spot to show me the process of how they make the things in Alpaca, and I'm gonna get to buy some things that I know were made here. Oh my gosh, best day ever. Okay, this is how you know it was made right here. Oh my gosh, this place is awesome. So they do have a stall in the Plaza de los Ponchos, and we'll try and figure out a way to mark on the map or show you how to go directly to their spot. ¿Tiene el mismo lugar a la plaza todos los días? Sí. Okay, perfecto. So they're always in the same place at the Plaza de los Ponchos, so I can put a marker on the map and show you how to find the Gonzalez family and their beautiful handmade alpaca items They make capes, scarves, large cape or covers, shawls, things like that. So, but oh my goodness, this is just, oh, this is awesome. So they don't really have a store in Iluman to sell the things there. You would have to buy them at the plaza, but I will definitely show you how to find them. And these are the kinds of folks that you definitely want to be supporting when you're buying your Ecuadorian items, because you know that they were actually made right here in Ecuador. Okay, Luis is gonna show us a little bit how they do the weaving, but it is all done in this room by hand. They have a number of different colors of yarns everywhere, and these are the kinds of yarns I was seeing the abuelita spinning on the bus the other day, which is pretty cool. So here's some examples of the work that they're doing in here. But this is like legit. It is all handmade, and this is why it costs a little bit more than the Chinese craft. You can also buy it at the same market, but the value here is unparalleled, and the quality too. Es fácil de recordar, ¿eh? Todo el mundo se llama Luis. Wow. So Luis's son, also Luis, hola Luis. So it takes about, to make a large covering like this, takes about 2.5 hours. Oh my God, this is gorgeous. I'm definitely buying that. Anyway, about 2.5 hours to make a covering of this size. Obviously, the smaller ones take a little less time. The capes take longer. And then the items with the additional embroidery on them, the bordering on them, they take longer than that. So when you look at the prices and you're doing your bartering for these items, remember to keep those things in mind. Ah.
Oh, yeah, pero, yeah, es así, sí, es
Okay.
así, yeah.
¿Y para qué? Para hacer...
Para sacar el pelo.
Ah,
Yeah,
okay.
Para sacar esto.
Ah,
Yeah.
entiendo. Wow, super chévere, gracias. Okay, I'm here inside the fabrication place for the Gonzalez family. They are located in Iluman. They don't have a sign in their tienda, so I'm going to leave information on how to contact them to ask for exactly what you want. In the meantime, I'm going to show you some of the things that they offer and how much they cost. So, for example, they have some, in addition to all of the things they make in alpaca, they also have some awesome wool backpacks, one of which I'm going to buy because the Matador I'm currently carrying has a hole in it, and that makes me nervous. The large backpacks are $20. Then they have smaller backpacks. They're also made out of wool. They're $15. Oh, and they have, these are all pockets. So this one has 3 pockets on the outside, and then like a really big bucket on the inside for storage. And then we have this small scarves that are open scarves. These are $7. There's closed scarves, which they're like infinity scarves. They're a little bit larger, a little bit wider, $8.50. For these shawls, these are 17? 13. Dang it, I was doing so well there for a minute. And then these large blankets, corcovinas, and these are passed through. Luis showed how they hang the alpaca items over a rope and then brush them, basically to smooth them out and take some of the extra hair off them and make them a little bit more looking like this, so they look a little more solid. These are $27. They will also make sweaters for you on order of any of the fabrics that they offer. They actually make those here in-house as well. However, they only make them on order, so you know you're getting a completely one-of-a-kind unique item. Again, I'll give you information on how to contact them in the show notes. Okay, y'all, that was an awesome, amazing experience. Not only did I get picked up or get taken to the home studio of the folks who handmade all of that alpaca. Showed me how they did it, had a little demo. They drove me back to the hostel with what I bought after we were done. So amazing, and like just an incredible experience. Oh my goodness. I think, when you go into the communities and you're a good steward of the place you're trying to visit and not trying to take advantage of people. I mean, I got a small deal on the things that I bought, but not much. And frankly, after finding out how much work goes into what they're doing, from the spinning the yarn process to the dyeing it to the actual weaving, I mean, holy crap. I mean, it is incredibly quality craftsmanship, incredibly beautiful work, and I'm absolutely stoked with what I've got, and I'm looking forward to sharing it with some of my friends and family, and maybe some of you. I'll put up some of the things that I have that I'm bringing back that I'll be selling. I'm keeping some of it for myself though, because I do love me some beautiful colored alpaca. But what an amazing experience with the Conejo-Gonzalez family this afternoon. Looking forward to going back to the Recado tomorrow morning to pick up some sweaters from their mama. I am headed back down to the Plaza de los Ponchos to reconnect with the Conejo-Gonzalez family. I'm gonna get some sweater. I spent this morning fighting with the alpaca I already have. Those compression bags are great. I am so glad I bought them, because I am just stuffing the crap out of that cheap Chinese backpack I picked up in Cuenca, because I knew I certainly wasn't going to be dragging around another 62 linear inch suitcase all over the place. So, going back down to see the family, see how many sweaters I can fit into this bag. Well, boo. I'm at the airport. I just had my rapid test taken, and I have to wait 45 minutes to find out if I actually get to fly out of here or not. My flight doesn't actually leave for like 7 hours, so I may go hit this place up and see about I'm sure it costs something, but it's probably definitely less expensive than the airport lounges in the States. I'm so sad to be leaving Ecuador. I really do not want to go back to the States. It's been so awesome, especially these last few days here in Otavalo. Oh my God, it's just been amazing. I had another great morning with the Conejo-Gonzalez family, trying to fight some more alpaca into my backpack. I'm kind of excited to do the unboxing of my pack, because it looks like a fucking clown car. It's gonna be fun. But yeah, here I will be at the airport in Quito. This airport is way nicer than the one in Guayaquil. Firstly, it's not in Guayaquil, because frankly that place is a shithole. I don't know why anybody goes there. Certainly not for fun. Certainly definitely not to live. Ew. But here it's higher, it's cooler, it's drier, it's chiller. I'm wearing my homie coat, which is great because I can probably stuff a few more things in this, because I forgot to get coffee. I meant to get some coffee from the Imbabura area. There's also a big production area here in Ecuador, in addition to Malacatos and Loja. So, 20 more minutes. Well, I don't have COVID. Yay! They accept the antigen test, which is great, because the results are available in like 45 minutes. So it was $35. So I guess like these tests in the United States, the rapid tests are really expensive. Glad I was able to get it done here. And I guess it's nice to know I don't have COVID right this moment. Get on a plane. Well, I guess everyone that's flying is tested negative also within the last 24 hours. So that's good. But I'm not looking forward to going back to the States, where I hear it's just a complete shit show. At any rate, this time to go in and go through the whole security thing, show them my vaccination card, show them my proof of no COVID today, and then maybe I can get a nap in before this flight goes. So that'd be nice. It is late for me. definitely tired. I took a little bit nap in the other side. This airport is really, really nice. This is nice stuff inside. I haven't bought anything though. I mean, I don't really need anything. I ate lunch and frankly, it didn't sit very well. So I'm just trying to drink water and not feel too crappy, literally. Anyway, catch you on the flip side. Hasta luego, Ecuador. Como me encanta.